What's up guys, it's Covey. Welcome back to my channel. So A&D marks the end of my mini Fallen Baby Boo Boo reading marathon. It's still a mouthful to say, but yeah. I want to preface this video by saying that reading through this book really made me think about a lot of things, and then just made me excited to read more of the stories in A&d's Mount Valley universe. And you may be shocked by the title and why I'm claiming that, but I'll share more of my thoughts later through the video, so stay tuned. And let's start with A&D. Now let's start with the things I liked about the book. So the friends to lovers trope is such a staple in the romance genre that it's really hard not to fall in love with it because it's such an easy dynamic to explore, and A&L really does it well. Kaya add on that those friends are actually nerds and jocks adds a different like spice or dynamic, I guess, to the pairing of the couple. Kasi you don't often see nerds and jocks interacting, especially back then. Not sure now, but in high school clique movies, you see them usually separated, but here they're interacting and they're falling in love. So it's a hard recipe to not love, you know? To continue on with the things I liked, I really like the cast of characters in this book. Mind you, there are many characters in this book, but no one felt unnecessary or out of place. Like, everyone had a role to play in the story, and that's just a testament to A&L's character work kahit before pa nung mismatch compatibility, because I rewatched my mismatch compatibility video and then I talked about A&L's character work, and that's still true even in her earliest works. Like, they really feel like people I could meet in real life and I could interact with, and that's just how good A&L's character work is. So I really love that about it. The last thing I really liked about this book is the dual POVs. I feel like we need more dual POVs in romance because we get to see both sides of the story. But in saying that, I wanna move on to the things I dislike. And the first thing I really disliked is, why is one chapter a million pages long? This book only has 10 chapters and an epilogue. And yeah, it was so hard to put down, not in a like not so good way, because if you've read my Sailor Chronicles, or if you've seen my Sailor Chronicle book talks, one of the stories there didn't have chapters at all for the short story, and I hated it because I couldn't put down the book, because I like finishing a chapter before setting it down and doing something else, and then picking back the book up in the following chapter. Hirap explain sa English, but I'm trying my best. So I think that's the same thing here. The chapters were just too long. Na I feel like you need to like set your mind up to sit down and read a bunch of pages just to get to the next chapter. And yeah, even though I love the switching or dual POVs, I wish that parang every POV would have been a new chapter, just so it would have been easier to like stop reading the book for a while before coming back to it. Kasi yeah, it was an exercise to read through this book kasi nga it's hard to stop, because I like stopping at the end of chapters. Now, here's where we go through the nitty-gritty of A&D. I'm calling A&D a not-so-timeless classic because it has outdated views regarding sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression. And this really picks up in the book when Dwayne was introduced. So when Dwayne was introduced, Ethan, Luke, and Aaron made fun of him because he wasn't into sports, and they called him gay. And at this day and age, you kind of just don't do that. But again, this book was published in 2013, written even earlier before that. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna say it's of its time, and why I'm calling it not so timeless classic. Because in this modern day and age, I think their attitudes towards gender identity and sexual orientation are just not it. So that's a thing. I feel like you can't really, at this day and age, you can't really question a person's sexual orientation based on the things they like. And another thing is, like, your masculinity wouldn't be affected if you don't like sports. So yeah, there's a lot of different things in the world that people could be interested in that has just no relation to how your gender works, if I'm explaining that correctly. So yun yung isa sa mga bagay na medyo na off lang talaga ako habang nagbabasa, kasi it's not just a one-time thing. Like, they kept making fun of Dwayne because of that. So yeah, it's sad to see it happen, but granted, this is an old book and they were in high school at this time. So let's hope that we see character growth, because Ethan is the biggest perpetrator nung bagay na to. And this is why I want to read Mismatch Compatibility again, dahil I want to see if Ethan has grown as a character throughout the years from A&D until Mismatch Compatibility. Okay, the video cut off for a little while. You won't notice this in the video because I've edited it, but I'm saying it nag-cut off yung video because I ran out of space. But continuing back to what I was talking about earlier, another thing I disliked was Aaron's views on makeup and plastic surgery. I feel like this day and age, hindi na ganun ka-frown upon yung bagay na yon, and we really shouldn't make fun of people who wear makeup and then who get plastic surgery. I feel like it's very high school, pero nasa high school nga naman sila. So, but I think at this day and age, high school students know more or have updated views. Not all of them, but I feel like people are just more conscious about what they say about things, because these types of things are things that they're not really funny to joke about, but were a thing of the past. But at this time, 2023, like, it's really not that big of a deal as the characters sometimes make it out to be in the book. So yeah, that's the big thing of why I'm calling this a not so timeless classic, because some of the views of the character just don't really fly in 2023. So hopefully we see the character growth in future books. And yeah, I'm quite excited to read more, even though, like, the outdated views hinder some of the stuff here in A&D. I don't think it detracts from the romance of Aaron and Dakota. Okay, now let's move on to the noteworthy moments. I really liked that Aaron got revenge through the proper way of doing it. So he approached their coach and then the principal, just so they could punish, I forgot the name of the guy, but they could punish the guy in a proper way and got him expelled because of what he did to Dakota, which is why would you just do that to another person? So another thing I'd like to note is the reverse confession by Dakota. Like, girl, why were you reverse confessing and taking back what you said to Aaron? It's like, I don't know if this is helping you. So yun lang nasa isip ko habang binabasa ko yun. And then the next thing is the part where Luke and Aaron confessed. That was so sweet. And I like how it's set up by Ate El, because Luke was the first one to go there with Allison. And then by the time na nakarating na si Dakota tsaka si Aaron doon, you understand and you feel what Dakota feels when she realizes that Aaron is taking her to that part where they take the girl that they love. So, nakakapilig lang yung part na yun. Another thing is I wanted to read a quote from the book because it's very swoon-worthy from Aaron. So it's in chapter 6, page 150, and here's what he says. I tapped it. I get what I want, and I want you, he declared seriously. I did what you asked of me before, now it's my turn. No matter how much you turn me away, I won't give up until I have you back. Sick. Kakagigil, kinikilig ako. So, yeah. The kilig factor in this book was just so good. And yeah, those are some of my noteworthy moments. And now let's talk about some noteworthy characters. One noteworthy character for me was Dwayne. And after reading through what Dwayne did and what his role in the story is, I feel like I want to know more about him, because I'm not sure if he has a book here in the Mount Valley universe, but hopefully if Ate El revisits this universe, because I know it kind of closed off with the Cruel Me trilogy. After those three, like, I think Ate El hasn't written any new books in the universe, but hopefully if she revisits the world, I hope she revisits Dwayne, because I feel like Dwayne is such an interesting character. Another character I really liked was Ethan, regardless of his outdated views. But Ethan was a really funny character, which is why I'm excited to reread Mismatch Compatibility next year. Cause yeah, I just feel like I laughed a lot when Ethan was there and his shenanigans to Dakota when they were in the press room. I don't know what to call the room. And he confessed to her that he likes her just so he can get Dwayne off Dakota's back. That was so funny to me. Ethan just had some very good moments in this book. The last thing I'd like to note, because since this is a special version of A&D where there's a Q&A at the back of the book, like it says here, Puffik asks. There's a part here where it says, since this book is inspired by You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift, the music video, and then they asked if there were any other music from Taylor that Ate El wanted to get inspired from, and the thing she wrote or the song she picked was Getaway Car. And I think like yung parang small synopsis or summary ng idea niya turned into Soulmate. I'm not really sure, but it has the vibes, you know. So I'm actually buying Soulmate next year because I still don't have a copy of it. And yeah, so excited ako na basahin din yun because I want to see if it does give the Getaway Car vibes. But if not, it's still okay as well. Adele is such a great writer that I don't think I won't dislike her books. Now let's move on to the things I would change if I were to change it. Again, those outdated views I just updated because I feel like they can still hate Dwayne's character without it being about his sexual orientation or gender identity. We can't really say what Dwayne or how Dwayne identifies unless Dwayne tells us, and we shouldn't make fun of him about it if he does identify one way or another. So yeah, updating those outdated views would be like, I think would be really well to make this an actual timeless classic. And then another thing is I would rearrange the books to shorten up the chapters and then just add more chapters in the book, because 10 chapters for one book that's this thick. I don't know why there's only 10 chapters, but yeah. And another thing, like, I wouldn't really change, but I would add into the book is just more friendship scenes with Aaron and Dakota that's outside of them waking each other up in the morning, or Aaron waking Dakota up in the morning. Because I feel like I would have liked to see more friendship moments between them, because dito sa libro, the summer before this book starts, they were spending the whole summer together, and it would have been nice if we don't need to see what happened in the summer, but it would have been nice to see the friendship of Aaron and Dakota like explored other than the romance, because I think friendship is different with romance. So it would have been nice to explore that aspect of Aaron and Dakota more. So I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. If the book was updated with or removes the outdated views, I feel like I would have rated it 5 stars, because I really enjoyed reading through it. Like, nakakakilig talaga yung romance nila. And if you ask me if you should read this book, I would definitely say yes. Overall, outdated views aside, I really enjoyed rereading through the book. It's like, and it's the first book in the Mount Valley series, so I'm excited to explore more about this universe and this cast of characters, which is why I feel like I kind of want to see an A&D book too, like exploring Aaron and Dakota outside of high school and what their dynamic would feel like. Because I feel like it would be interesting to see them, kasi dito may focus pa kahit pa paano yung nerd and jock na dynamic nila. Pero if we take them out of high school and put them in college or university, it would be interesting to see how their interaction change, because we're focusing more on the romance outside of the school setting, and I kind of want to see their friendship really explored, like after high school. So that would be interesting to see. How about you? What did you think of the book, and do you agree with me that it's a not so timeless classic because of the outdated views in the book, or hindi naman? You can tell them to me in the comments. Like, share your thoughts down below. I'd really like to discuss with people about A&D and the things inside this book, because this is why I started the booktube channel, because I just want to share my love for books, and then I want to talk to people about it. I actually talked to my cousins about it, and they were agreeing with me that there were kind of outdated views in the earlier books of Wattpad, and I kind of want to see how that's changed now, because as the world is revolving, the views of the people are evolving and changing and being more accepting of different types of people in the world. Medyo preachy yun pero yeah, I think being kind to other people is not something that's gonna take much from you, because it's very easy to do. So that's all I have for A&D. Please like this video if you liked what I've shared in the video, and please subscribe if you want to see more content from me, because I'm definitely gonna continue reading through fallenbabybubu or Ate L's catalog of work. So I'm quite excited to do that actually. And that's all I have for the video. Bye, this is Covey. Thanks for watching. Bye.